So let's turn to some politics this morning. President Biden and the Republican presidential candidates are ramping up campaign events this week, while the GOP frontrunners' legal problems continue to loom large over the race.
NBC obtained leaked audio recordings of former President Trump talking about a document he called, quote, highly confidential. NBC's Bree Jackson is live for us this morning in Washington now. Bree, what can you tell us about this recording?
Good morning, Carmen, Maureen. Well, in the leaked recording, you can hear former President Trump apparently discussing a classified Pentagon document. Now, a spokesperson for the Trump campaign insists that the recording proves that the former president did nothing wrong. Former President Trump blasting the leaked audio recording of him discussing a classified document he kept after leaving office.
What was said was absolutely fine and very perfectly. We did nothing wrong. This is a whole hoax.
In the recording obtained by NBC News, Trump is heard talking about what appears to be a sensitive military document, even acknowledging he did not declassify it when he was president.
It is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information.
The former president was indicted on 37 criminal counts related to his handling of classified documents. He claims the federal case has done more to help, not hurt, his 2024 presidential bid.
This wasn't in the playbook, but because the public is really smart, my numbers went up.
A recent NBC News poll shows Mr. Trump remains the front runner among Republican candidates, some of whom are working to separate themselves from his policies and legal issues.
President Trump was almost singularly focused on our trade relationship with China. He was right about our trade abuses. It was and still is a critical issue. But Trump did too little about the rest of the Chinese threat.
If this election is about Biden's failures and our vision for the future, we are going to win. If it's about relitigating things that happened 2-3 years ago, we're going to lose.
President Biden is ramping up his re-election bid, holding multiple fundraisers this week. And today, President Biden travels to Chicago and highlights his economic vision for the future. Maureen?
And Bree, you said that Mr. Trump leads all GOP candidates for the GOP presidential nomination. But how does he do when stacked up against President Biden?
Well, yeah, the latest NBC News poll does show that in a head-to-head match that President Biden is currently leading former President Trump by a small margin.
All right, and we know those margins can change as we get closer and closer to election season. Bree, thank you so much.